Well, greetings wherever you are, consulites, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege in the next 10 or so minutes to share with all of you some hopefully useful snippets about Decision Processes International, Asia, DPIA in short, and the work we have been doing out here in Asia, in particular, since the term disruptive times became common currency around the turn of the new millennium. DPI was founded over 40 years ago, simultaneously in North America and the UK, with the explicit purpose of helping leaders through applied critical thinking transform the way they conduct their business. Singapore joined the international network in late 1981. We believe that there are three separate but interlocking critical thinking processes that are, pardon the pun, critical to the success of any organization to achieve desired impact. These are strategic thinking, because no organization has the resources to be all things to all men. It needs to have a clear purpose and direction. Only then can proper organization design and allocation of resources take place, especially in disruptive times. Two, strategic innovation, the one time-tested way to leadership and maintaining leadership in the marketplace, and that is by out-innovating everyone else in your chosen sandbox, from your business model to products and services, to processes and practices. Thirdly, situation management, because on a day-to-day basis, there will always be problems to solve, decisions to make, and plans to roll out. Unlike most other professional services firms, we at DPI take a facilitation-based, pure and simple process approach where the client takes ownership of the input into the process and the output of every project. The often heard refrain of the client not implementing what the consultants recommend does not quite apply to us. Since 1982, we have been blessed to have trained and shaped the thinking of over 30,000 leaders and some 1,000 organizations in Asia. These organizations are small and medium enterprise, SMEs, large corporations, and nonprofits. How have we been going about it? Here are our three guiding principles. First and most important, pick your clients as carefully as your clients pick you. Two, start at the top with leaders with the capacity, the conviction, and the capital to shape change to achieve desired impact. And thirdly, specific to working on strategic projects in disruptive times, no less, the rallying cry is not about strategic supremacy any more than it is about relevance, distinct relevance, a concept that I crafted some 15 years ago. What you may ask is a distinctly relevant entity is one that is out there shaping society by fulfilling unmet or underserved needs in a manner that is different in appropriateness, in superiority and sustainability, and which changes the overall landscape in a positive manner. In Consulus speak, a distinctly relevant entity is one helping to shape the world for the greater good. Allow me now to quickly share with you two examples of the many organizations that we have impacted, that I'm blessed to have been involved with in a leading role. One, a large corporation, and the other, a nonprofit. Both these examples are organizations operating in rapidly changing or disruptive environments. Lee Kum-kee is a household name worldwide. Here was a truly global corporation founded in 1888, privately owned, inventor of oyster sauce, the largest Chinese sauce company in the world. When we were introduced to them by a Lee family member while helping to shape their healthcare business in China, the day-to-day management of the group had already passed on into the hands of the fourth generation. Our engagement was a multi-year, multi-technology one that called on our entire suite of critical thinking methodologies, beginning with a strategic review using our strategic thinking methodology, then strategic product innovation, and eventually situation management. The one lesson that I took away from this engagement is this: the power of a clear and simple mission or purpose statement. In their case, of promoting Chinese cuisines worldwide. Think about it. It is not a sauce company in the sense of just making sauces for its own sake, of promoting Chinese cuisines worldwide, and a propelling and audacious vision. When we first arrived on the scene, their vision was, where there are Chinese, there's Lee Kum-kee. When we left, it was, where there are people, there's Lee Kum-kee. My second example is Assumption Pathway School, or APS in short, from the nonprofit world. APS is a specialized school with a history going back to 1938, when it was a trade school providing vocational training. Changes in Singapore in the vocational and training landscape in the late 1990s and early 2000s resulted in the need to revamp and repurpose the forerunner of APS, which at the time was the only vocational institute left on this island. A small group of us came together from around 2007 to begin the work of repurposing what became known as Assumption Pathway School, APS. I'm humbled to have one of the names I had proposed for the school eventually accepted by the higher ups, who have led the curriculum work group during the conceptualizing phase. And shortly after the commencement of the school in 2009, it's in the industrial attachment program and training restaurant called The Art. Earlier this year, I stepped down as the vice chairman of the school management committee, was asked to stay on years as an advisor for F&B. The APS journey underscores for me, once again, the importance and the power of a clear purpose. In our case, transforming and empowering students who are unable to access or complete mainstream secondary school education to be carers achieving personal success, and also to be dogged and disciplined in execution. And these are the three trusts that we employ, three very simple trusts of creating a safe environment for the students to grow, to learn, nurturing individualized growth, and working with other stakeholders in the community. Lastly, the question that must be on your lips, friends from around the world: how did this marriage happen with Consulus? What's the background? Well, I first met Lawrence around 2014, 2015, discovered we both went to the same educational group. Further conversations, we discovered that we both share this desire to shape a better world. And over several conversations further, it became apparent that the synergy of our capability, our tool set would have greater impact on project outcomes. So here we are today. I know that I didn't do justice to the attention you've given me with the 10 minutes that I have to get into, at the mezzanine and the deep dive level, the unique methodologies that we have. But let me say in closing that in the weeks and the months to come, I look forward to sharing with Consulites about our unique suite of critical thinking methodologies and to augmenting the amazing work that all of you are doing to shape a better world for the greater good. Thank you and God bless.